In the suburbs of London, there's a housing estate that stands out from all the others around it.
BedZED is a development of 100 homes. It stands for Beddington Zero Energy Development. Beddington's the local area in which we are, known as a zero energy development because it was an attempt, one of the first attempts in the UK, to build on a large scale a collection of homes and offices which used no energy apart from the energy that it generates itself.
The development was designed by the architect Bill Dunster, and it's the first truly zero-emission housing project. The project is designed to use only energy from renewable sources generated on site, and there are 777 square meters of solar panels. Recycling is an important feature of the Beddington project, and all rainwater is collected and used to water gardens and vegetable plots. The emphasis here is on community spirit, and there are childcare and health services for residents. They've also found that most families living here adapt their lifestyles to reduce their impact on environment, for example by using more public transport and decreasing the amount of waste they produce.
This is a typical bedroom, and as you'll notice, the bedroom's on the ground floor here, and there's a reason for that, which is that by putting the living areas like the kitchens and living rooms on the first floor, they get more light, which means that particularly during the winter there's less need to turn the lights on all the time, which results in a little bit less use of electricity. Now again, the sun space is a really useful part of BedZED. Its main function is to form a glass wall that absorbs the sunlight. It faces the south, so it gets the sun. So the sunlight comes in here, and this is where most of the heat that's within the house is actually generated within this sun space. Now in the cupboard here we have the hot water cylinder. All the hot water at BedZED is actually generated centrally. We have a combined heat and power plant that produces all the hot water for the estate. It's a much more efficient way than each individual house heating its own hot water, and then that's pumped around the estate with super insulated pipes. That water is stored in these tanks. If the temperature in the house drops below 18 degrees, the heat from that water tank is pumped around the house, and that becomes actually the main source of heating. We have partition walls throughout the interiors, and the timber inside those partition walls, the wood that's used to make the framework for those walls, was all recycled. It's all come from demolished buildings. We calculated something like 54 kilometres of timber was recycled. As we go upstairs here, you can see that there's quite a lot of natural light. We're now on the first floor. We've got a huge roof light, and again that maximises the amount of natural light we've got, which helps reduce the electricity consumption. We've got double glazing on this side of the home that stops the heat going out, and we've got triple glazing on the rest of the home.
Simple things like closing windows save energy and, of course, money.
What you'll see over here though is the unusual thickness of the walls. It's the walls have got 300 millimetres of insulation, and they look more like a sort of medieval church than a modern home. It's a big thick walls, and that helps to stop the air, the cold, the warm air escaping, and keeps the temperature very stable.
The general layout takes advantage of natural light by facing all homes to the south with terraces and large glass openings to maximise solar energy gains. The offices are north-facing, so they have reduced direct light, which makes for better working conditions.
For any particular individual lifestyle, you could work out how many planets you would need to support that lifestyle if everybody in the world lived that way. So if you're an average European, you would probably need 3 planets if everybody in the world lived the same way that we do. And the idea is to try and find lifestyles and production techniques and building methodologies, building methods that allow us to live within one planet's worth of resources.